Secret Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion came out. We can get into the credits later, but what were your general feelings about this episode?
Honestly, it was generic for me. It was nice to see Sam Jackson back as Nick Fury. Uh, but the whole show, like literally the whole show, everybody's saying, "Well, you've changed since the blip. You've
Yeah.
changed." It's just like, okay, we get it. Or is he? I guess he's having like post traumatic stress. Since then, which I don't know that we've necessarily seen that from the other people that came back from the blip. Can you think of another time where somebody had a really, difficult time? I mean, we saw in Endgame a lot of our heroes come back from the blip and they fought Thanos. We didn't hear anything about people like having a hard time like readjusting.
Yes.
Am I missing something? Did I miss something?
No, I don't think you did. And I think that that's the point of this show, kind of. We haven't seen the real impacts, like we've seen, different takes on the impacts of the blip, but we haven't seen how it impacts the actual people. And this is understandable what he's going through. He's changed. We don't really know exactly what went on. And I'm interested to learn how this impacted him and learn more. But I think that that's what this is kind of about. Like, he is, I guess, a changed man and he's going to work through it. But they just kind of beat you over the head with it. Like, I get it. He's not the same. He's been through it. But, like, I get it. You don't have to keep saying it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just this I've seen a lot of the spy and spook type of shows. There's plenty of them out there. I mean, James Bond, Bourne, it's whatever. All that stuff is out there. I didn't really see anything new necessarily with this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they can turn me around in the next episode. What did you think?
I think we're on the same page. Unfortunately, I didn't love this episode. And you know what? There's been so like little hype for this that I didn't even realize it was coming out today. I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. So maybe I was like in the wrong headspace to watch this because I wasn't really prepared, but I didn't find myself caring about this conflict. I like Nick Fury, but obviously he's a changed man or whatever. So I think I am gonna rewatch this episode before next week. But it just I don't. It felt a little bit off for me, so I'm wondering if I rewatch it, if it'll feel any different. But right now, it's kind of sitting at like a 6 for me. How about you?
I didn't I didn't really think of it in terms of an actual score, but since you put me on the spot, I might have to say that I might agree with you. I don't think I can give it a five. But because there is a little bit of interest going forward, I think six is probably about right. That sounds about right to me. But yeah, I wish that they had started out a little bit more gangbusters. And I'm sure there's going to be people out there that are like, but there were explosions and somebody died. And, yeah, but
Yeah, I
I kind of
don't
didn't really care that much.
know. Exactly. And it's so much happened, but also it feels like it didn't really matter. There's just a
Hmm.
weird vibe. Yeah, I don't know. I do the one thing that I do appreciate is that things are already happening and like they've been set up so we don't have to wait half a season for the plot to ramp up like we have in, previous Disney Plus shows. So like we're already in it, we know that things are happening, which I appreciate, but I don't care about the things that are happening is the problem?
Yeah, and I don't know. The whole scroll situation, because at this point we're like 30 years after Nick Fury has first encountered the scrolls.
Mhm.
So I don't know, it kind of feels like a long time. A lot of time has passed, and how do you get this type of a problem, wrapped up? How do you fix it? It doesn't. feel, and I know that we're gonna have like secret wars and all that, other stuff. But I'm just like, I'm watching this episode and I'm just like, I just don't feel like that connected to this.
Mhm.
Besides Nick Fury, I mean, I kind of just don't really care about anything else that's happening in this. And I'm, I'm looking at him, and he just looks broken down. He's so broken down. I'm like, damn, they couldn't fix your arthritis when you were in a spaceship.
Exactly.
They couldn't fix your scar. I mean, what is this? Um, so I don't know. Maybe I am being too hard on it. This is what I am known for. I pick up on the details. The whole relationship between was it Gaia?
Yeah.
Gaia and Talos. How did you feel about that? I mean, because I'll be honest, I liked seeing Ben Mendelsohn on screen. So he immediately had my attention. But what did you feel about the dynamic between him and his daughter?
And you know what? I feel like Amelia Clark did well. So I don't know. As soon as I saw her on the screen, I was like, "Oh, that's the daughter." And then they met. But when they met, in that chase scene in the stairwell, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they kind of assumed that you were. It felt like they assumed that you were already up to speed with all of the things. So I was like, "Oh, mom's dead, and all this stuff happened," and I'm like, "I don't remember because I don't care." So I was like, "This is supposed to be a really emotional moment," but I just didn't really buy into it. I guess I felt,
It did feel kind of casual, didn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you that your mom died in this alleyway where you're trying to get away with these bombs that we're trying to recover.
And then
I
he
don't
used
know.
that as an excuse to like, okay, your mom died, give me the bombs. Your mom wouldn't want this. Like he kept on bringing it up, and I'm like, this just feels like a guilt tactic. Like, So I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The more I'm talking about it, the more I feel like I may need to downgrade.
Oh no. I do. I do want to just mention the ending. I think because what's up, Nikki Nikki?
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Spoiler
so
alert.
I'm gonna avoid the names, but I just have some thoughts. So minor spoilers, I guess. But I feel like everyone knows what I'm talking about if you've seen it. But the ending, it happened so quickly, and I feel like it should have been more of a thing. This has been a character that's been with the MCU, and I don't know, there were so many fake outs, the whole scroll of it all, that I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
she's a scroll. And it was like, oh, never mind. All right, bye. I was like, this is not how this should have gone down. It just felt wrong to me. How did you feel?
It did feel wrong, but I also feel like they want you to question it because of the
Mm-hmm.
nature of the show. And, you never know who's a squirrel and who's not. Like at the beginning, we thought we were spoilers, guys, for the beginning of the show. At the beginning, we thought we were following Ross, but it turned out that he was a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're thinking, okay, well, where is Ross? Because the last time we saw him was in Wakanda Forever, and he was escaping a prison transport with one of the um, who was it? Which one was it? She was the one that was the Queen's guard,
Oh,
and for some
yeah.
reason I can't remember her name right now.
I don't know either. I can't remember. It's okay.
Okay. All right. But anyway, yeah. So I think that they are purposely trying to keep you on the edge in this show
Mhm.
to question, okay, did this really happen? Or, is that really the person that we think it is, or is it a scroll? Um, I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of hype coming into this.
Mhm.
And quite honestly, I feel like this show is going to be a slug for me. So I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm willing to watch it, and the only reason I'm willing to watch it is because it's MCU, and I need to have stuff to watch.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so that's where I am with it, and I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse right now. I don't know that I necessarily have any other great things to say about it. It was nice to see Olivia Colman in this, but I
Mhm.
kind of feel like she was wasted, and I'm immediately wondering how much they paid her because she won an Oscar. So
True.
so I'm like, I don't know. Was it worth it to have her in this and
Mm.
drive up the payroll? But whatever.
Yeah. I did want to kind of talk about, I think what people are talking about more than the actual episode is, the opening credits scene and the AI and everything. So if you wanted to kind of shift to that, because that's what people are talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me because we talked just a little bit before this. I don't think I got what you thought about it.
So I'll kind of break it down briefly that AI was used in the making of this opening credits scene. And yeah, so my thoughts are kind of mixed because I feel like the AI does work because while I was watching it, I was like, okay, well, AI, like right now, it's not the best at faces. And you see, like in this shot, the faces are all warping, and that kind of makes sense with the theme of this show. Things are warping, you can never trust anything. And then, the green keeps on coming more into it just becomes more green as this opening credit scene goes on. So I felt like that was fine, like it fit the vibe, the art style. I was like, okay, this fits, but also I don't want the use of AI to be the norm in this
Hmm.
kind of case. So hey, like I think it's fine. I'm not mad at it this one time, but I just am kind of worried about what this means for the future. Especially with how AI has been a topic in Hollywood with the writer's strike and everything. This is just like them kind of drawing a line in the sand. It feels like yeah, we will use it sometimes. But also I kind of wonder if this was done to get people talking because this like they knew that people weren't going to talk about Secret Invasion, or that's kind of how it was tracking. So this is like
Hmm.
the first thing that I saw on Twitter. Apart, like I didn't see stuff about the actual episode. I kept on seeing stuff about the AI. So it got people talking. I'm wondering if there was a little bit of a marketing in this as well. What do you think?
You probably are onto something. But for me, I kind of feel like it does fit with the themes of the show, about not, trusting everything that you see. And looking at something and not being able to tell, what it is. Because some of these AI picks are really good, but some of them are just so weird. And it's just that's what this was. So it's just like, okay.
Mhm.
I kind of get what they were trying to do here. And I don't know that it necessarily is worth getting outraged about, especially if you actually did like the show. Some people did really like the show. And I'm happy for them. But if you are somebody that liked the show and was really upset about the AI intro, I don't know that I get it.
Mm. Yep.
I don't know that I get it.